Hi everyone, I'm Rachel, the founder of Love Stories TV. Welcome to Love Stories TV and Chill. Today we have a very special guest, Myka.
Hello.
Please introduce yourself and tell everyone who you are.
My name is Myka Meier, and I'm the founder and director of Beaumont Etiquette, and also the co-founder of the Plaza Hotel Finishing School here in New York City.
We are at the Plaza today, but not just anywhere at the Plaza. We are in the Royal Suite,
Yes.
if you can't tell. And we're going to be talking about the royal wedding. Meghan Markle actually secretly wanted to get married at the Plaza, which not everyone knows, but if you watch the Suits, you will actually see her character say that she wants to be married at the Plaza.
I got us the Plaza Hotel on your birthday.
For our wedding.
Yeah.
To honor Meghan,
Yes.
we are shooting this video in the place where she wanted to be married, but I think you'll tell us more because you know, but it seems like the Queen was probably like, you have to get married in the UK, right? Okay.
Yes, definitely. So any formal traditional royal wedding would always happen in the UK. It's not to say that when she comes back to America the next time, there won't be a few festive parties. But yes, so all royal weddings in the UK would happen on the grounds in London.
It seems right. It seems right. So before we dive right in, I want to start with, what does it mean to teach etiquette in 2018?
So, I mean, really, the thing about etiquette is that we need to remember it's all about thinking about other people first.
Sure, yeah.
So it's about respect and kindness,
Yeah.
and so thinking about your guests that travel in, thinking about what, all the needs of everybody else before your own. And I think a lot of this, so we teach here at the Plaza, we teach social etiquette, dining etiquette, wedding etiquette, dating etiquette. I mean, it's endless. And I think in all of those classes, it always goes back to that message.
Yeah. What should we be paying attention to at Harry and Meghan's wedding that you think might be very traditional or less traditional because, she is American and sort of a celebrity?
So I think it's going to be extremely formal, extremely traditional. There's going to be a lot of protocol from the moment she walks in, I think with her father, down to, how people are seated. It's very strict in terms of what you can and can't do. Everyone will have their big hats and fascinators on. There will be a lot of royal tradition, a lot of script reading that's already pre-selected, a lot of royal, nods to the couple. You'll see, of course, I think Meghan's family will be quite small, but I do think we'll see a lot of celebrities. I do think it's going to be very traditional. There's 800 seats available in St. George's Chapel. And I think it will be a packed house. We will, of course, see her going in and out of the chapel. And you'll, of course, hear the crowds outside cheering them along. But I think it's going to be phenomenal.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
What differentiates a royal wedding from another British wedding?
Sure. So I think the biggest thing is kind of the protocol.
Okay.
So they are in these grand, think about St. George's Chapel.
Yeah.
Is where Prince Harry will be marrying Meghan. And it is has so much history. It's so much, and there's so much protocol that goes in to this day. So how you walk, where you sit, what you can and can't do while you're sitting. Think about an American wedding or even a British wedding, we still have phones now sometimes people pull out, sometimes they don't. And I will say follow the bride's lead or the messaging. Sometimes I'll say no phones, please, or no, don't post pictures. But at the royal wedding, there are no phones.
No, I'm guessing there's no.
Right. So a much more private event. Think about the guests.
Yeah.
So 800 seats. So that's,
so many people.
So many people from all over the world.
Yeah.
So there will be more the political side of it, and then there will be more the social side of it. Friends and family. But both are well represented. So I think there's just so much history, there's so much heritage that goes into the royal wedding and different, in America we have a pretty standard sort of wedding really that you can kind of expect. There it's down to the fine-tooth comb that every little detail is planned.
Where does that tradition come from, first of all, of fascinators and hats?
The hat is actually more just British cultural. It's not necessarily for weddings because they have garden parties, they have outdoor events, and it's not something you don't ever take the hat off. So when you go into the church or into whatever event you're going to, you keep the hat on for day wear.
So when you go to the hairdresser to get ready for the royal wedding, is she putting your
Yes.
fascinator into your blowout?
Yes.
Okay.
And often there are pins, there are certain, because you don't want to be able to see any of the fascinating
the
parts.
wind.
Exactly. So often in UK, especially with royal weddings, the bigger, the more festive, the more supportive it looks as you are.
Last question, any like predictions, anything you want to lay down on video, a few weeks before that you think people are debating on and you have a strong opinion about?
And I do think she will be wearing a borrowed tiara. I don't think it would be, I don't think it will be the same one as the Duchess of Cambridge. I think it will probably be one of the queens from many, many generations ago, perhaps one Diana wore. I think that would be a really subtle but sweet nod to her mother-in-law. So I'm going to predict she'll wear one that Princess Diana wore.
So now my favorite part of Love Stories TV and Chill, we are going to watch a real wedding video, and we've chosen a British wedding so that Myka can give us some inside scoop along the way. So this is Natasha and George by Steve Hood Films, and this is at Hengrave Hall in Suffolk.
To have and to hold from this day forward.
For better, for worse, for richer, for poorer.
Can you imagine they're getting ready in this old historic?
I know, I was just going to say, so I think everything is a castle, but so a hall, is there anything like specific about a hall?
This isn't this would be considered somebody's private estate at one time that they lived in, maybe still do, and they rent out for part of the year. A hall is we think of very differently than them. This is a huge, we call them estates too.
It looks like Downton Abbey.
It's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous.
All of my references are like Harry Potter, Downton Abbey.
I know, and I love that they've let them use the different rooms to get ready in and celebrate in, and it feels so.
So are these bridesmaids' dresses something you would typically expect? Like, to your point, they have a higher neck, like they have...
Exactly, so they're higher neck. So this doesn't look like, it looks like they're in like a little chapel that might be on the property.
Yeah.
This is very typical.
He's so happy.
Yeah, he's beautiful. Yeah. So everybody see the fascinators. Everyone has them all the colors.
This also feels very, I feel like all kinds of weddings do this, but I feel like a lot of times in British weddings you do see that walk out of the chapel with rice being thrown.
Absolutely made for each other. George.
So what about speeches and toasts? Like some American weddings, the night before at a rehearsal dinner, they have a toastmaster. Is there any sort of like tradition that's different in a British wedding?
I mean, the women typically do not speak at weddings. It's much less traditional. I spoke at my wedding, and but it was an American wedding. It's less likely to be seen. That being said, I wouldn't be surprised if Meghan stands up and says something at her wedding.
Love Meghan.
Yeah, she's very vocal.
Yeah,
to be
I
by
love
your
it.
side and be your husband. I can't wait for the rest of
And
our
so
lives together.
to your point about the
All
British wedding, like
adventures we'll have in store in all the
these
years
suits,
to
like it's formal, but it's very daytime.
It's very daytime. Everybody is wearing dark suits. And here they're in the garden party after. Everyone has their hats on, sunglasses. We're playing with color here. It was clearly warm.
And you don't see, to your point, there's not a lot of like spaghetti straps. It's more, like sleeveless.
And the fact that they have, it's just a little bit more formal.
Yeah. Oh, this is amazing, this
She looks
location.
incredible.
It's beautiful. That garden is so beautiful. And you can tell it's getting into the evening here.
Yeah, exactly. This is a party. You can tell the guests are having fun.
Yeah, people are having fun at this wedding.
This is gorgeous. Oh, that is...
It like gives you chills.
This is incredible. I can imagine that as Harry and Meghan, completely.
Oh, I'm so excited. Oh, how sweet there. There's some florals like you
So
talked
see,
about.
now we have the band coming out again.
Down.
Yeah. So cute.
So cute.
And the British love a good party.
Yeah,
so
right, we know that about
yeah.
British people generally do so. And so
Still
the
the
hat
hat-
is still on. I love
still
it.
on.
I love that one. It's
The
almost like
hat's
with a
on.
headband.
Yeah.
I need to go to a British wedding and wear a fascinator. We'll wear some for our event that we're doing in the Plaza. We'll all
Definitely, we
wear
will.
fascinators. 100%.
Maybe tiaras
Yeah.
too.
Is there anything where you have a tiara and then like a fascinator on top? And there's children.
Lots of little kids.
Yeah.
So
Oh, I
great.
love
That
that
was beautiful.
Perfect.
So gorgeous.
Thank you so much for joining us. This was so fun.
You're so welcome. Thank you for having me.
Remind everyone, if they want to attend one of your courses or they're interested in, any sort of etiquette education, what should people do?
Sure. So we teach here at the Plaza Hotel Finishing Program. We teach 2-hour classes or even all-day classes if you really want to come and get polished. But our most exciting class is the Duchess Effect class, which is how to emulate the style, grace, and poise of the Duchess. So you actually learn royal etiquette, which I learned
I need to
from
do this class.
My mentor who worked in the palace for the Queen. So I was trained formally in royal and
Y'all,
British
she knows
etiquette.
the Queen. That's basically what she just said.
You will learn things that Meghan herself are currently learning. That's one of my favorite classes that is also available. But British, you can have dining classes, social etiquette classes, whatever you want, and I'd love to have you.
I love it. And as always, you can watch all the British weddings that your heart desires on lovestoriestv.com, and all the details are below about how you can join with us to celebrate the royal wedding. See you next time.
Windsor Wave.